consciousness is the fundamental reality. The forms that we experience rise within consciousness, and our form, our body and mind and everything we experience is part of that. So the self that we consider ourselves to be is part of what I'm calling phantasmagoria. The mind names things. You are not the mind. Who you are ultimately is consciousness itself. Consciousness is not in us. We are in it, and we are it. So judgment changes like a passing phantasmagoria, which is to say that life passes that way, because life as we know it is something that we look at mentally and project mentally. There's nothing wrong with that when it's seen for what it is. Everything you experience is an outpicturing of your own mind, and it participates in the collective mind. Embodied existence as we know it is a phantasmagoria, a sequence of real or imaginary images like those seen in a dream. That's what life is like. So it's passing. And that's a fundamental insight in Buddhism. It's called impermanence. If you reflect upon it, everything is like that. Everything in the world passes. And since we're part of it, we pass. So passing is not a problem. In some sense, what we'd call death is not a problem. The forms rise and fall, bodies rise and fall, minds rise and fall. The consciousness that contains all of that does not arise or fall. Knowing that mentally is helpful, but it's really just a sign pointing toward a state of consciousness that we can realize when we connect with the truth of what I'm saying. It's a greater reality within which all of this arises. So to realize that greater reality is to be free and to see things as they actually are, as a passing phantom. So judgments pass and can be chaotic and turbulent, and often are, but non-judgmental awareness abides in calmness. That's a powerful truth that can only be realized by connecting with the fundamental value that I'm calling consciousness. So thoughts and consciousness are not the same thing. Thoughts arise within it. And since thoughts are judgments, the job of a meditator is to see the thoughts arise and see them as phantoms. And that seeing, when it's true, is itself what we are. It's seeing things as they are. It is awareness itself. And it frees the mind. It's already the case. It's prior to time and space, so it already is. It's not like it's going to happen or it did happen or any of that. It already is. We just wake up to what it already is. And that is what we are. That's freedom. It abides in calmness. That's really useful. The mind judges. It gives things names. And the name is not the thing. To say that a table is a form of judgment because it's not really true. If you look at it carefully, you'll realize that the word, the concept, does not in any way really describe or reveal what that thing is. It just provides a functional distinction that we can use to live in the world. So I like to talk about that as a relative truth, and it's really useful. It's just not ultimate. So if we want to know ourselves in an ultimate sense, and thereby to know the world in an ultimate sense, we have to transcend the mind. Consciousness both transcends and includes the mind in all selves, all objects. If you're in a dark room and you shine a flashlight to see what's around you, the light contains and includes whatever it falls upon. Your awareness is like this. When it's made conscious, it reveals things as they are before you can name them. And of course, that raises the question, before who can name them? The fundamental truth or reality of the situation is utter peacefulness. And in some sense, happiness. It's also wisdom and intelligence. It's just that we can't name it that, because that's the mind again. We are that. One glimmer of that makes us happy in a way that can't be explained. There's no explanation for it because it is greater than what the mind can say. It can't be reasoned, can't be described really. But that glimpse of it is practical because it helps us, like having a flashlight in a dark room. Okay, I can see my way out or see my way forward. There's illusion and there's reality. You wake up to reality and there it is. Why would you want to do that? If you're in a prison, why would you want to get out? If you're in a prison and you don't want to get out, you don't know what a prison is. You're not seeing clearly. There's not a clear awareness of your situation. And because of that, you can't see the way out. So this prison of self and the world and the suffering, there's always a way out. That calm, abiding awareness is the way out. So to meditate, to practice non-judgmental awareness is to see that, not with the eyes, but with the eyes of the spirit. I'm inviting you to do that by noticing what passes. It's like you're sitting on a riverbank watching boats go by on a river. One boat is loaded with jewels, another is loaded with fertilizer, another is loaded with garbage. It doesn't matter. It passes. This awareness will help. Thank you.